This video is a review of ARM assembly I/O ports and interfacing. The MSP432 has 67 pins and 10 ports that can be used as general purpose I/O ports, or GPIOs, or to interface with on-chip peripherals such as the ADC and timer. Note, ports are different on other boards, such as the TIVA. Most of the ports are bidirectional, which means they can be used as input or output. The I/O direction of a bidirectional port is specified by its direction register. In other words, the direction register specifies if the corresponding pin is an input or output. If you set the corresponding bit to 0, the pin will be an input. If you set it to 1, it will be an output. Each port has several control registers. Shown in the table above are some of the control registers for port 1 on the MSP432. When initializing the port, you always need to set the direction using the direction register and select if the pin is a GPIO or interface with on-chip peripherals using the selection registers. If the pin is an input pin, you can use the in register to read the data on the pin. Conversely, if the pin is an output pin, you can use the output register to write the data to the pin. For pins 0 to 3 on port 2 of the MSP432, you have the option of changing the drive strength to 20 milliamps. This can be achieved with the DS control register. The MSP432 has the option of attaching pins to internal pull-up and pull-down resistors. This can be achieved using the resistor enable and output control registers as shown. All the ports have the same control registers. Shown here are the offsets of the control registers for different ports. Shown on this slide is how to set bits 0 and 1 of the port 1 direction register using C and assembly. It is important that your software is friendly and only the bits that need to be changed are changed. Shown on this slide is how to toggle the most significant bit of the port 1 output register using C and assembly. Again, this code is friendly. The selection bits allow you to select if the pin is a GPIO or interface with on-chip peripherals using the selection registers. Shown in this table are some of the port's alternate functions. For example, if the selection bits for port 4 pin 5 are set to 1, this will connect the pin to channel 8 of the ADC. Shown here are the onboard LEDs and switches and the ports and pins they are connected to on the MSP432. There are two configurations for switches, negative and positive logic. On the left is a negative logic configuration which will result in a logic 1 when the button is not pressed and a logic 0 if pressed. On the right is a positive logic configuration which will result in a logic 0 when the button is not pressed and a logic 1 if pressed. Note, the onboard switches of the MSP432 are negative logic. Shown on this slide is friendly code that reads in the state of a switch attached to pin 6 of port 1 using both C and assembly. Shown on this slide are two configurations for interfacing an LED to the MSP432. On the left, the LED is interfaced directly to the pin. Alternately, you may wish to interface through a logic device such as an inverter to stabilize the current.